So we're going to begin with the in through the nose, out through the mouth, being present with the inhales, lift the belly, exhales, or pull in. Also being aware of cardiac, spinal issues, any respiratory issues or pregnancy, just long, slow breaths. But here with Breath of Fire, we're going to start with taking a full breath in and continuing to be aware that the inhales that we make through this are going to be passive and the exhales are going to be very active. So you will still be breathing in and out, but we begin with a full inhale. So inhale and maybe for 30 seconds. We'll move to just through the nose. So inhale through the nose and move through this with nose breath only. Again, this is a much more difficult practice as the mouth allows more exhale, more detox. But as you advance, you can do this 30 seconds. And after you're done, utilizing that inhale and hold for 15 seconds. Have fun. We're going to move through sun salutations. And this is the warm up for Vata and Kapha. We're going to do it. Let's do it. All right, hips, heels, shoulders, knees, and toes. We're going to open up with a big inhale, pinching the shoulder blades, keeping the shoulders low though, lifting the palms, reach. We're going to find a nice long line here. Biceps and ears are aligned. On your exhale, pressing through the hips forward, squeezing the glutes, bringing our palms to goalpost. Little exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, reach. And on the exhale, we're going to either swan dive this way, or as I like to do, little shark palms dive, keeping the spine long. The only thing that hinges is the hips until you find yourself into a nice deep fold. Yeah. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bring the palms to the floor. We're going to walk our palms out. Let's find a comfortable space here to create a little mountain. Our goal is to have equal space as best as possible from fingertips to tail and from heels to tail. Nice long lines both ways. Pull the belly button into the spine. Biceps and ears are aligned. Kind of move through the shoulders here. Can you feel the up and down? Not so much the bend. I want to keep this nice and long. Maybe press through the heels a bit. See if you can move just the lower body and not the upper body. The isolating movement here. Moving through this stretches through the calves. Neutral chin. Big inhale. And exhale, drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Let's bring those big toes together. Sink the hips back. Keep the palms right where they are. We want to feel the stretch through the back of the body as we drop our heart and middle eye to the floor. This may feel a bit uncomfortable with knees. I encourage people to more think about pressing the shins and the ankles into the mat. They're not putting the pressure so much into the knees. Sink, sink, sink. If it feels more comfortable here, and in the beginning of your practice, dropping the forearms and lifting a bit through the hips, our goal is still to kind of press, maybe a slight sway. Find this child's pose. Drop. Release through the back of the head. Feel the breath stretch through the shoulders, through the lat muscles. Let's lift the heart, finding tabletop. Tuck the toes. Lift. We have our plank now. We're going to grip our fingertips here to protect the heels of our palm. And we're going to move through a little dip. All right. Inhale with this high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows. Keeping those shoulder blades still, flatten back. Graze those elbows to the rib cage. Untuck the toes and scoop the heart up. You can drop the knees here if it feels good. Squeezing the glutes helps bring a little bit more protection to the low back. Neutral chin, keep those shoulders away from the ears, and mobile elbows. Once you're in your bend and you want to release the glutes To give space for more bend, just guiding yourself through what protects the back first. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, press the hips high, slow, slow, slow through every movement. Going through this little mountain shape again, hips high, tippy top of the hill with those hips. Open the glutes, make space for that tailbone. Let's give a gaze to our toes. Exhaling the walk of the palms towards the feet. Find your fold. Inhale with the half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll and rise. Stacking the vertebrae as we roll. Bring the hips forward first. Shoulders back, neutral chin. Close it out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, baby back bend, just like we began. Inhale, reach. And exhale, mountain. Closing out the sun salutation. Inhale, reach. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, reach. Swan dive forward for the exhale. Inhale, half lift. This time, exhale, palms to floor, and we're going to walk it out. Plank, wide fingers, grip, high plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, drop the belly, graze the elbows, the rib cage, untuck the toes, palms below the chin, chin to palms. Wonderful. Let's keep this left leg long and give the right leg a little lift and a bend. Putting the right palm below the right shoulder, let's guide that toe over to the other side. Give a bend to the left leg and lift. We're moving into this baby deer pose. Drop both hips. We're going to want to keep that right hip lifted, so the goal is to keep them anchored. Now let's rainbow this left arm all the way over to the other side of the mat. And follow that with left leg, same side of the mat. We're going to bring the right foot to the inside of that left leg. Yeah, we're leaning into the left palm. Here we're preparing for wild thing. So let's press into the palm, the edge of that left leg and heel, and that right foot. Press the hips high. This is wild thing. Now, option when we're in this position, if we don't want to go all the way into wild thing, just give it a little lift and a gentle slide, bringing the shin under. Now, let's say we're in wild thing. We're going to do the same thing. Lower the hips just a bit and slide the left leg under. From here, we're going to rainbow our arms all the way over. Drop that right elbow onto the right thigh and reach the left arm overhead. While we're here, we can play with pushing into the left hip, pushing forward into the hip on the right side and heel. Not so much into the shin. We want to push more into the glutes. And also pushing back, reaching here. Either way, returning here, let's pivot that left toe. And our shin is parallel with the mat. Dropping the left palm beside the right foot. Bringing the right palm to the floor to the other side. We're kind of framing out the foot here. Now, two options. Anchor that back left toe, curve through the spine. Let's lift the back leg, scrape that right toe, heel into the chest, press the right heel up for a three-legged down dog. In three-legged down dog, we want to make sure we have a long line from heel to the fingertips, and we square our hips. So there's no open hip here, it's square. We're going to bend our knee into our chest, press it forward and find pigeon. So we're going to drop that shin first, drop that back knee, untuck the toe, and sink the hips back. This is where we can bring our block in, sink it behind that right glute. That way we don't fall back. Our goal is to press left hip into right heel. Press here for a moment, and then fall. reaching deeper to find a deeper stretch, or going back into our fun side angle posture here. We would angle our leg out or back. Again, shin and mat are parallel, dropping the left palm, also dropping the right palm. And this time, never even lifting the back leg. We're going to sink our hips back. Giving space here in the front body, still curving through the spine, sliding that right toe to the left side of the mat, and then gently sinking into the shin. Might have to do a little adjustment here, pressing the hips down. Little shimmy, little sway. You can grab the block again, sink the hip into it. Inhale, high heart. Exhale. Walk the palms out. Fall into your pigeon. The wider the reach, the lower the drop, the more stretch you get in hips and upper body. From here, move the block if you're using it. We're going to walk the palms back, below the shoulders. Let the hips fall to the right now. And we're going to swing that right leg wide. Find that wide leg. We're going to bring our left heel into the pelvis. Drop the left palm to the left side of the mat. Roll into that left leg. And you can do gate if you'd like, or just keep the hips low. Drop the right palm, pivot the right toe, and slide that foot back. Now we're back where we began, and we can do the other side. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, drop the belly. Then tuck the toes, palms below the shin. This time we're going to keep the right leg long. Give a lift to the left, a little bend. Left palm underneath the left shoulder, rainbow it over. Take a little bend to this right leg. Lift and sway, finding your baby deer. Give it a twist. Keep that left hip anchored. Here we go, the other side. Rainbow the right arm over to the right side of the mat. Right foot to the right side of the mat. Yeah? We're going to bring that left leg to the mat. Inside of that right leg, we're preparing for our wild thing, or just hips low. Lift. If your hips are low, you're here. Almost imagine like a supported side plank. Little bend in the elbow, little support, full plant of that back leg, side of that foot. If you're in wild thing, lift the hips high. Now our hips are more towards the ceiling, and we're rainbowing our arm behind the head. Always inhaling before we go to the next thing. Give a little lower of the hips. Slip that front foot out to the right foot. Slide it under, drop the shin. And again, we're going to sway all the way over. Left elbow, left quad. Reach the right arm overhead. Reach, reach, reach. We're going to drop that right palm to the floor next to the left. Pivot the right leg long. It's parallel with the mat. Remember our options here. First option is frame the foot with both palms. Pivot the toe and lift the back knee. Curve through the spine. Bring the left heel into the hip. And then left heel high. Finding that three-legged down dog. Square it out. Biceps and ears are aligned. Then bringing the knee into the chest again. Laying that shin down and dropping the hips. Again, the other option when we move through this. Here we are. Dropping this palm, pivoting the back leg. Bringing our hips all the way back first, making space here. Sliding that left foot to the right side, and then dropping the shin. Making space here, lengthening out that right leg. Finding your pigeon. Again, left hip can have a block underneath it to keep yourself from swaying back. We want to press the opposite hip into the heel that's forward. Big inhale, and exhale, let it fall. Inhale big, and exhale, palms below the shoulders. Let the hips fall back, and swing that leg wide. Nice wide straddle sit here. This time we actually do want to go to this side. So let's drop the right palm, bring the right heel into the pelvis. Remember, we're leaning into right palm, right shin, and left heel. You can either roll into it, drop the left palm, pivot that back toe, or you can get some fun gate action into it. Bring yourself into gate first. Bicep and ear will be aligned. Then drop. Anchor the left toe. Slide the foot back. Find your plank. Now we're going to inhale, high lift, hips. And exhale, walk the palms back to the toes. Drape into it, crown to floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll and rise. Pelvis forward, shoulders back, neutral chin, reach. Next inhale. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, reach. And exhale, mountain. Kapha. We're going to close out with a heel drop. I'm going to stand at an angle just to show you how this goes. So grounding, feeling all corners of the feet. Standing in line, hips, heels, shoulders, knees, and toes. Like we do, we're going to lift our heels, still keeping everything aligned. Inhale, and on the exhale, just drop the heels. We're releasing extra buzzing and bouncing out of our body through the heels into the earth. Move through this, each time a little more expressive. We lift the chin, find mountain as we rise. And on the exhale, we let ourselves fully fall into it. Just letting it go. No rush through any of this. Inhale, exhale. Bring the hips back. Squat into that right foot. Drop to that left shin. And sink the hips back. Find that comfortable seat. Palms forward. Creating little bowls. We're going to move through 2 different breath movements, utilizing our neutral breath. Inhale our arms forward, scoop. Guiding it towards the middle eye. Crisscrossing here, lining the face. Moving through the sides of the neck, over the shoulders. Guiding over the arms, over the elbows. Moving through the palms. Middle fingers. Flick. 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 Option to be as expressive as you like, or just a little gentle flick. Bringing it back, empty bowls. Lift, middle eye, crisscross the palms around the face. Line the sides of the necks, over the shoulders, down the arms, over the elbows, guiding through the palms. Out, flick, flick, flick. Getting back, palms. Moving through this as many times as you feel you need.